Okay, a family has 3 children. The first thing we want to do is find a sample space for the genders of the 3 children in a family. What is the probability that the family has exactly 2 boys, and what is the probability the first child is a boy? Okay, so in order to do this problem, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to assume that we have a gender binary, and that the genders of each child is either a boy or a girl, because it becomes much more complicated with other genders. So we're going to first go from the first child, the second child, the third child, and I like to do it using a tree diagram. You don't have to. But if you do it using a tree diagram, basically you can say the first child is going to be a boy or a girl. And then if the first child's a boy, the second one can also be a boy, or the second one can be a girl. And if the first child's a girl, the second one can be a boy. The second one can be a girl. If we have a boy and a boy, we could then have another boy, or we can have a girl. Or if you have a boy-girl, we could have a boy or a girl. Or in this situation, we can have a boy or a girl. Or here we can have a boy or a girl. So kind of putting that all together, what we're going to get is boy, boy, boy. So that's the top branch, kind of, right? The next branch is going to be boy, boy, girl. That's right here. So now this branch, just kind of tracing back here, right? Boy, girl, boy. Okay. This branch here, boy, girl, girl. Okay. Now here we're going girl, boy, boy. This branch is girl, boy, girl. Okay, this branch is girl, girl, boy. And finally, this last branch is girl, girl, girl. Another way to kind of figure out this sample space is kind of similar to when you set up a truth table with 8 rows. So let me show you another way to do that. Oops, am I recording? So just like in a truth table with 8 rows, we started with kind of 4 trues and then 4 falses. What we're going to do is boy, 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 girl, 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 girl. Okay, and then the next one we're going to do 2 at a time. So boy, boy, girl, girl, boy, boy, girl, girl. And then the last one we're going to rotate. Boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. Okay, so this is another way to make sure that you just get all possible. Okay, but you notice in either case, our sample space had size 8. Okay, so there's kind of 8 different possible combinations of boys and girls when we take into account that kind of order matters, right? We need the first one, the second one, and the third one. Okay, so that's part A, so that's our sample space. Part B said, what is the probability that the family has exactly 2 boys? Okay, so we're doing a probability problem, so first let's just make sure we know the probability of E is N of E over N of S, right? And N of S is 8, right? There's 8 possible ways for things to play out. Okay, exactly 2 boys. Well, let's just circle everything that is exactly 2 boys. The first one has 3, so that's not exactly 2. But here we have, 2 boys, exactly 2 boys, right? 2 boys and a girl. Here we have exactly 2 boys. Next we have 2 girls. Here we have exactly 2 boys, and then we have 2 girls, 2 girls, 3 girls. Okay, so there's 3 things that I circled, right? So those are the 3 possible ways to get exactly 2 boys. So N of E equals 3. Maybe I should have just written these in the other order, just so you don't get confused with the division. But you want N of E on the top, N of S on the bottom. So P of E is 3 out of 8. Okay, now for part C, what is the probability that the first child is a boy? Let's just do it right on top of here. Okay, the first child is a boy, is going to be, so here's our first child. Here we have a boy, right? So this is 4 of the 8 possibilities. So 4 is going to be our N of E of the 8 possibilities. So that's going to be 1/2. And that makes sense, right? Regardless of how many children you have, right? The probability the first child is a boy should come out to be 1/2. The probability the second child is a boy should come out to be 1/2, right? But if you look at it in terms of 3 children in the family, we're looking at kind of these 4, right? Those 4 all have the first child being a boy out of a total of 8.